Today we're talking about the Sandmarc Telephoto tetraprism lens case lens. This video is sponsored by Sandmarc. They sent me this lens to unbox, test out, and give you my honest thoughts after using it. A nice little carrying pouch, lens cap, a filter ring for the end of the lens. All right, so here it is. Actually, there's nothing to unbox because I already opened this weeks ago. This is the Sandmarc Telephoto tetraprism. So this is a 48mm telephoto lens. At first glance, it might just look like another clip-on lens, but this one doubles the range you can get from your iPhone. And you also get a case for your phone, whichever model of phone you have. I had the 16 Pro, so I got the 16 Pro case, and this allows you to just screw the lens on right here into these slots right there. I've kind of gone to just using the clip because it's much faster just to snap this on your phone and take some photos and videos. It's an all metal build. It doesn't feel cheap. This is actually a nice build, metal, glass. So what actually does this lens do? If you ever zoomed in on your iPhone, you probably noticed this, but you'll zoom in and you'll get a little bit more of a pixelated or grainy photo. Once you go past a certain point, you're relying on the digital zoom in that iPhone. On the 16 Pro, I have my normal lens, a 2x lens, and a 5x lens that are all fixed lengths. But if I try to zoom any more in between those lenses, the image quality will fall apart. That's where something like this optical lens comes in. And this gives you extra reach without ruining your image quality. So you can just pop this to your 5x and you'll double the reach on your iPhone. So instead of zooming digitally, you're going to put a physical optical lens on there that's going to double the reach of the camera. You're going to get cleaner image, you're going to get better detail in your photos and videos, and you'll get a more natural look. Having a longer focal range will compress your image more, giving you more bokeh. I also think the minimum focus distance with this lens is actually around 10 feet or 11 feet or something. So you can't really get some close-up detail shots. It's going to be more of like, you want to reach further with your iPhone, so you stick this on, get 2x the reach for your 120mm, so now you've got 240mm, so you can get some more landscape shots that are farther away, or get more close up to architecture and stuff like that. And you could probably use it pretty well for portrait photography. It comes with lens caps, front and rear. You get a pouch, a lens cloth. There's also a filter mount included if you get any other Sandmarc filters to use with it. It's super simple to use. You can just use it with the clip or the case and just screw it onto your telephoto lens. And now you've effectively doubled the reach with your iPhone. If you already have a case or you never use a case, you can just use the clip, which is way faster to set up and shoot when using this lens. You can just clip it on when you need it, and instead of screwing it on and off every time whenever you want to capture something. Its limitation is you can only use it on the 120mm lens on the iPhone, on that 5x zoom. With the iPhone, you've already got a 48mm and a 120mm. We'll get some comparisons on the 5x zoom. I think that's what this lens will actually work for, is the 5x zooms. On the 17 Pro, it provides 8x optical zoom at full 48 megapixel resolution, or up to 16x zoom at 24 MP. For iPhone 16 Pro models and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you'll get a 10x optical zoom with this lens. This 2x optical lens will double your reach, you'll get sharper detail, and you'll get true optical compression. And this isn't actually a zoom lens, it's a fixed focal length. So once it's on, you can still use your iPhone zoom a little bit to getting closer if you need to, but this is really about getting that base optical look first. To get the most out of this lens, you'll want to use a pro camera app. To use something like the Visco Capture app, the Adobe Lightroom camera app or Leica camera or the Blackmagic cam. I've been using the Visco app for photos and the Blackmagic app for video on my iPhone, which lets me control everything like I would with a real camera. Your ISO, your shutter speed, white balance, and any other settings that you want to change. Right now I'm just using the No Fusion app, and I'm using the 120mm. So I'm going to do a bunch of comparison pictures with the lens and without the lens so you can see the comparison between the two. So here are some test shots that I got with this lens. This is just the iPhone on the left, just plain straight out of the camera, and this is with that 48mm lens on the right. I tried getting a similar shot with it and without it, so you can really see the difference in the range that you're getting with this lens, the compression, and just the overall look and quality from it. You don't always want to grab your full camera kit, and sometimes you just want to grab your phone and go. So pairing an optical lens with your phone may be for you. Now the only downsides I found with this lens, testing it out, when shooting video, you'll want to use a tripod or be very steady when you're shooting handheld shots. Since this is a zoom lens, every little bump from your phone will show up more with this lens attached. So you have to have very slow movements if you're using this lens when you want to film with it. So who's this for? If you're an iPhone creator, you're into photography and videography, and you just want a cleaner, high quality zoom look out of your phone, this lens will give you just that. A 2x reach from your phone, adds the ability to reach further, gives you more opportunities to capture a wider range of shots just with your phone. Who should skip this lens? Well, if you don't really use your iPhone that much to shoot photos and videos, if you already have a dedicated camera that you already use, then this lens probably isn't for you. But if you're trying to eliminate that digital zoom look you get from your native camera app, that kind of artificial, edgy portrait blur from your iPhone in portrait mode, this gives you a much more natural optical alternative. I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check this lens out, and if you primarily shoot with your phone, would it be a bad idea to check out a truly optical lens? I'm going to keep filming with this, try to find some new angles, some new perspectives, but that's it for this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.